Day 151, or May the 31st. God rewards his faithful servant. Our thoughts today are rooted in Job chapter 42, verse 10. After Job had prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. And now the big picture surrounding this verse. After so many mournful chapters, isn't it great to see that it all ended happily after all? God continued teaching Job about the animals that inhabit the earth, all of which were made by him. In order to make a point of extreme power, two of the most powerful mythological beasts of Job's days, Behemoth and Leviathan, are mentioned to emphasize how much more powerful God was. God is more powerful than we can imagine. It's a bit like using Superman as an example of strength and power today. You can almost see Job throw his hands in the air and admit defeat. Job concedes that God is in a different league to all creatures created or imagined. God replaced all that Job lost, and Job goes on to live a long and fruitful life. And now today's action step. You can be forgiven for breathing a sigh of relief as we come to the end of Job, but it will be nothing compared to how Job felt. All that Job treasured in life had been taken away, but his faith remained intact, even if his friends were of little help, and even though Job did seem to overreact at times. Even after all the trials of the Old Testament, Malachi, its last book, reminds us that if we do our part, God will pour out so much blessing on us that it will overflow as it exceeds our capacity to contain it. Over the years, I have thought I was making sacrifices for God, but looking back, what he then did for me in return was far greater. Of course, we shouldn't be following God so that we can be rewarded. That is not the way. However, it is comforting to know that when our circumstances are a bit tight or conditions are uncomfortable, God wants us to be faithful, and in his good time, he will pour out blessings on us that will overflow our lives.